Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I'm here today to share the latest McCall's patterns with you. So everything I talk about is available on our lovely website. You'll find links to our website and all the products I mention in the description below. And if you like what you see today, please do like and subscribe because every Friday I bring you a video packed full of sewing goodness. If you can't wait a whole week, do jump on and check out our other social accounts. We're in all the usual places and post to those regularly as well. So before we get started with the video, I'll just show you what I'm wearing, which is a Friday Pattern Company Adrian blouse. You can get this pattern on our website. I'll pop the link below. Sadly, the fabric went a long time ago. I made this quite some time ago, but it's a lovely, casual, easy to sew, easy to wear top. I've got two versions of it. I loved it so much, and you can find it on our website. And also there's a review of this pattern that I did on our YouTube channel if you're interested and want a bit more detail on that. But let's get started now with the new McCall's range. So I've just picked out my favourites and I've picked out our dressmaking fabrics that I think would work really well with them, and you'll find links to the patterns and the fabrics in the description below. They're all available on our website. So the first design I want to talk to you about is McCall's 8284, which is a very contemporary looking dress and blouse pattern. So there are 4 different views. The first 2 views I want to talk to you about have got an exaggerated long pointed collar, so very, very contemporary. This has been a big trend in recent years, in the last couple of years, probably last year or so. It's got a button down front, bust darts. The blouse looks like a relatively loose fit and it's got short sleeves which are gathered into elastic, but the dress has got a waist seam, looks like it's got some gathers on the bodice under the bust, and then it's a relatively fitted skirt with a frill round the hem, and it's buttoned down all the way down the dress with a long sleeve gathered into elastic at the cuff again. And then the alternative views that you've got are have got a really sort of exaggerated big ruffle collar around them. And again, it's been all about the collars these last couple of years. And personally, I think a really nice, interesting detail to sew and to wear, and just, you know, make things look a little bit different, mix things up a bit. Again, the blouse looks like it's a relatively loose fit, but with the bust darts for fit round the bust. It's got a long sleeve with a gathered into an elastic cuff. And then the dress version, again, has got a waist seam, so more fitted round the waist, gathers under the bust, and then this time, instead of having a ruffle hem like the other view, it just looks like more of a straightforward pencil skirt. And then the long sleeves have got a deep cuff, which I absolutely love, and it looks like this sleeve is gathered into that deep cuff. So lots of pretty interesting details to sew on this one. And the sizes run from a 6 to a 24. So a 6 is a 30.5 bust, 23 waist and a 32.5 hip. And then the 24 is a 46 bust, 39 waist and 48 hip. And it works with woven fabrics, cotton blends, poplins, crepe back satins, those sorts of, you know, medium to lightweight woven fabrics. So I have just shamelessly copied the styling on the packet for this one. We've got this lovely crepe fabric, which is a Lady McCall's, white background with a subtle black spot, very similar to that on the pattern packet. I made a tailored shirt in this some time ago and used black buttons on it for a contrast, and did lots of black top stitching on it, and I absolutely loved the shirt. It was a nice fabric to work with as well, and our black plain prestige crepe fabric would make a brilliant collar for this. So my choice would be to make the blouse version for autumn and to wear that with my jeans and a cardigan. But if you're somewhere where it's still summer, you might want to go for one of the short sleeve versions, but I think that would be a great addition to my autumn winter wardrobe. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, I've popped the links to each of these patterns and the fabrics and the new full range below in the description for you, so you can find them all there. The next pattern I wanted to share is McCall's 8287. This runs in the same size range from a 6 to a 24. There are 4 views on this pattern again, and 2 of them have got that lovely contemporary square neck that we've seen a lot of in recent seasons. So that's quite nice to sew and get to grips with that technique. View A has got thick straps. It's a sleeveless design with the square neck. It's got bust darts, and it's also got darts that come up from the waist as well, so you can get a nice fit around the bust with that. View B has got the same bodice, but then it's got these cute little puff sleeves that are gathered into sort of fairly deep cuff. View C has got a Peter Pan collar, same bodice, and then the same puff sleeves with the deep cuff. And view D has got that same bodice with the darts. It's also got darts on the back as well, fish darts at the back, so that you can get a nice fit there. And then view D has just got a simple long sleeve which is gathered into elastic, and there's a side zipper, an invisible zipper on the side to get in and out of this one because it is quite fitted. It's not, you know, the way they've done it on the model, it's not absolutely skin tight, but obviously it is very fitted thanks to the darts, so there's a side zip to get in and out of it. Depending on which size you made and how much ease you wanted, you know, you might be able to omit that zip, but I would tend to just go with the fitted look and keep that invisible zip. And we have got a great tutorial on our YouTube channel if you're interested on how to insert an invisible zip. But the fabrics for this one, again, are wovens, gingham, cotton blends, linen and sateen. And I thought that this tumbled cotton in pale green would look lovely sewn up into the long sleeve version. Again, just a nice pop of colour for my autumn winter wardrobe, paired with my favourite jeans and a cardigan on the cooler days. That would work brilliantly for me, so that was my choice for that one. The next pattern I want to talk to you about is McCall's 8285. This one runs in extra small to XXL. So the extra small is a 29.5 bust minimum size, 22 waist minimum size, and 31.5 hip minimum size. And then the XXL, the maximum size it goes up to is a 48 bust, 41.5 waist, and a 50 hip. And this can be made in cottons, lawns, eyelets, gauzes. So again, those sort of light to medium weight woven fabrics. And I think this pattern's got a lot of mileage actually, because the styling on the packet, she's wearing a white broderie anglais dress version. There's also an option or an example on the packet of a sleeveless version in a nice bright colour, but then there's also long sleeve versions of the dress and the blouse, and I think they would both work brilliantly for autumn winter. The dress could be paired with thick black tights and boots, and the blouse, well, a blouse works all year round, doesn't it? And a long sleeve blouse for autumn winter is one of my favourite things to wear. So the blouse, all of the versions have got a yoke across the front. There are versions which have got what looks like a stand-up collar, or there's like a grandad collar version or mandarin collar version. Underneath the yoke there's some gathers above the bust, and then for the long sleeved blouse it's just a relatively loose fitting blouse by the look of it. There's no bust darts because you've got the gathers underneath the yokes for a bit of shaping there. And then the the blouse version's got the little mandarin or grandad collar. And then long sleeves which are gathered into elastic at the cuff and a little bit of a poof at the end, a little bit of a bishop sleeve almost. One of the dresses has got the one of the dresses has got the stand-up collar, long sleeves gathered into elastic, same yoke, same gather under the yoke, and then it's got a one tier skirt, and it's buttoned down all the way down, as is the blouse. So that's a shorter version of the dress, which I think would look great paired with black tights and boots in the winter. There's also a sleeveless version of the dress which has got 2 tiers to the skirt, so that bit longer. And that's just got the mandarin collar and he's buttoned down all the way down the front and the sleeveless. And then there's also a view which has got the stand-up collar, button down all the way down the front, 2 tiers to the skirt, and a short sleeve which looks like it's gathered into elastic. So lots of views, and I really genuinely think an all year round pattern on this one. I'd really like to make both view A, which is the blouse, and view B, which is the long sleeve shorter dress for autumn winter. And my choice for the blouse was our Swiss Dot fabric in navy blue. I think this would make a really lovely, I've just got some of the other fabric bits on there, but I think that would make a really lovely classic blouse for autumn winter, which you could pair with skirts, jeans, trousers, and that would work really well. So it's a Swiss Dot. It's a little bit sheer, which is quite nice. You could wear a cami underneath it if you wanted to, but for anyone who doesn't know, it's just got like a nice texture to it and a little sort of embossed dot on it, and it's viscose, this fabric is. So yeah, I think that would work really, really well. And you could even do the yoke in a lace or something like that, or something sheer if you wanted to, for a bit of extra detail. The next pattern is McCall's 8286. So this is a dress pattern. There are 3 views. It's quite a casual looking dress, it's sort of like a button down shirt dress, but then it's got a wrap over detail at the front which ties, and is quite sort of exaggerated, comes quite far up the bodice by the looks of it. It runs in sizes 8 to 32, so a bigger size range on this one. So the 8's a 31.5 bust, 24 waist, 33.5 hip, and the 32 is a 54 bust, 49 waist and 56 hip. And the 3 different views, as I say, they've all got that lovely crossover wrap detail and the button down front. They've all got a stand-up collar. View B has got sort of a grown on sleeve, so there's no separate sleeve piece to attach there. It just comes just over the edge of the shoulder. So it's almost sleeveless, but there's a bit of coverage on the shoulder, and it looks like a midi length. View A looks like a shorter length, probably just above the knee, and view C again is that sort of midi length of view B, but that's got long sleeves with a cuff. And view A has got a short sleeve option. So you've got 3 sleeve options. The longer midi lengths as well also have a lovely slit in the hem at the sides. So it's got that little like V vent at the sides, which is a nice sewing detail as well, and nice to wear. Just a really nice dress, I think, and I think again this could bridge across the seasons really well. You could make the sleeveless version for summer, you could make the long sleeve version for winter and wear it with boots and tights. The fabrics that are suggested are cotton blends, crepes, gauze, linens. And the fabric I chose for this one, I thought this lovely linen viscose mix would be really nice. I love the black background with the popping florals, and I thought that would sew it beautifully into any of those views. I've got a blouse in this fabric. It's a Lady McElroy. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. My version was a blue background rather than the black background, but I thought this colourway is great for autumn winter, so that would be my choice for that one. I might be tempted actually to make the long sleeve version but with the shorter skirt in that fabric, and then I could wear black tights with it. And then finally, the last pattern I wanted to share is McCall's 8282, which runs in sizes 6 to 24. So we've been through those sizes before. It's got 4 views. So it's got view A, which is a ruched gathered fitted bodice with 2 simple straps. And how does it fasten at the back? Looks like it fastens with a zipper at the back. Yeah. View B is a square neckline, as we've talked about, very, very on trend at the moment. A princess seam down the bust, a little frill peplum, and then a sleeve very similar to this, gathered at the shoulder, but shorter, finishing more above the elbow and gathered into elastic there. So similar sort of design as this, but just a shorter sleeve, which would be up here somewhere. View C has got the gathered ruched bodice, and then it's got the square neckline and the little puff sleeves gathered into elastic and a short sleeve, and then a skirt with a tier hem, a tier as a hem at the bottom, gathered round the waist. And then view D has got the same bodice as view A, so that ruched gathered bodice with the thick straps, sleeveless with the thick straps, and then just a simple long gathered skirt. So again, some quite different looks within one pattern here. I'm a big fan of view C. I think it's a lovely design. I think that's something I would definitely wear. The fabrics it recommends for this one are cotton blends, ginghams, crepes, charmeuse, that sort of thing. And I just thought that view C, which is the dress version with the square neck and the short puff sleeves, would look really pretty made up in this 7-berry cotton fabric, which is all the autumnal, beautiful plummy, winey sort of colours that I really sort of lean towards at this time of year. So that would be my choice for that one. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, everything I included today is available on our lovely website. Please do check our website out. It's linked below in the description, as are all of the patterns and the fabrics I've mentioned today. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.